In this session, we'll see the third part of the VLAN. So far, we have seen the VLAN connection, how two different VLANs can be created in the same LAN through the access links. So the link that is connecting to the PCs is called as access link. So you can see that there are two VLANs created, and based on this VLAN, the packets are separately forwarded by the switches. Now this can also be extended using a trunk interface where it can be connected to the other LAN connection. So you can see there are PCs located different part, but still they can be connected to these VLAN. That is the advantage of VLAN, where even though it is located at a different part, it can be grouped into one particular LAN. And to connect switch to switch, there is a trunk interface. So this helps in segregating the packets and only the relevant packets to be forwarded to that switch. So this will reduce the congestion and thereby increases the speed of communication. So as you can see that all the IP address of all these hosts are in 10 network. So it belongs to one organization. Now suppose a VLAN wants to communicate to other networks. Other networks means like other organization or outside world. So the outside world is going to have different IP address. So how does these VLAN going to communicate with the other organization or the other networks? So it requires the packets to be forwarded into other networks using a router. So all the packets has to go to a router. So we'll see the third part, that is how inter-VLAN communication that can be done. So first we'll remove this extended VLAN and then connect a router. Now this is 10 network and all the PCs are 10 network. So I'll just change the VLAN 20 as 20 network. So that it becomes easier to understand how two different network IDs can communicate through a router. So I'm changing this second VLAN to 20 network. So now you can see VLAN 10 is 10 network and VLAN 20 is 20 network. Now in order to communicate between two subnets, we need a router. So this router is going to help you to communicate with the outside world. But there's only one interface. Now, if the packet has to be forwarded, the gateway address of this will be 10.1 and the gateway address of the second network will be 20.1. So we require two gateway address, but there's only one interface. So this scenario of where two VLAN has to be communicated is called inter-VLAN communication. So to make that possible, this interface is subdivided into two interfaces. So that helps in two VLANs to communicate with a single interface. This scenario is called as a router on a stick interface. So we'll see the commands for that router on stick interface. So basically inter-VLAN routing means it is dividing a single physical interface into logical interface, or it's called as sub interfaces. So that each sub interface can have a default gateway for each VLAN. Now this scenario is called as router on stick. The commands to create this router on stick is like this. So consider you have two VLANs and there's one interface. Now this interface is FA0/0. This is subdivided into sub interface. So it is 0.10 and 0.20. So now these two interfaces can be used to communicate with each VLAN. So this 0.10 will communicate with VLAN 10, 0.20 will communicate with VLAN 20. So the command is like this. First, go to the interface link that is connecting the router. Connect it so that if the link is down, you make it up. Then create the sub interface that is 0.10 using the encapsulation method command. You can create a sub interface and then add the IP address. Similarly, for the second sub interface, it is 0.20. Using encapsulation command, you can create a sub interface and the IP address can be added like this. Now we'll see that how the commands can be used on to the Cisco Packet Tracer. So go to the router place, go to the command line interface. First, get to know which link it is. So it is FA0/0. When you go to the command prompt, enable it, go to the configuration mode. Now go to the interface, that is FA0/0, and type the command no shutdown. Now initially when you come here, you can see that the link is down. So you can see here that the fast internet is down. So initially the link is down. So we have to give the command no shutdown so that the link becomes up. So you can see that green color that it is the link has become up. Now we have to subdivide this link into two interfaces. So go to the interface. So we'll use this command. So to create sub interface, the command is int interface FA0/0.10. So you can see that the command line has changed to config sub f. So that means it is the config sub interface. Now the command to create sub interfaces encapsulation .1q10. Now we have to add an IP address to this. So the gateway address will be 10.1. So we'll give the same IP address here. So we have created one sub interface. Now exit. So now we are in the config mode. So now again repeat the same process to create the second sub interface. Now we'll make this as 0.20. The command to create sub interface encapsulation .1q20. Now add the IP address. So this is 20 network. So we'll make it as 20.1. Exit. So we have created two interfaces now. Now bring your cursor onto this router. You can see that two sub interfaces created and even the IP address has been assigned. So now we'll apply the gateway address to all the 4 PCs because these has to communicate across the network using a router. So we'll go to the each PC and assign the gateway address. So this is for 10 networks. So IPS gateway address is 10.1. Similarly, for the other network, we'll apply the gateway address as 20.1. Okay, so now we have assigned the IP address and the gateway address. Similarly, for the second network, VLAN 20. Now we'll check whether we are able to transfer a packet from one PC to other PC. So you can see that it is still failing. So there is still one missing command that you have to do. Now within the LAN, it is successful, but not across the LAN. Okay, so across the LAN is also possible, but make sure, in case if it doesn't work, make sure that the switch, the link that is connecting to a router, it is FA05. So that should be assigned as mode as trunk. So in the previous scenario, we've already done the settings, so it is working. In case if it doesn't work, so then you can go to enable config terminal, go to the interface FA05. Then here you have to make the mode as trunk mode, switch port mode as trunk. So both the networks are able to communicate. In case the router was not divided in sub interface, then communication is not possible. So this example shows that how a VLAN can be created across the different LANs also, or across different organization having two different network ID. And by using a router on stick, we're creating the two sub interface. This helps in forwarding only the relevant packet and only related packets are forwarded. So not all the packets will not be broadcasted because there is a separate IP address given. So this also helps in solving the congestion problem. That is another advantage of having two sub interface.